gentlemen, is the Xperia P. Now if you can see over here, this shows on the front of this, there's a small cover that shows that this device uses a micro SIM, and we should charge it for 30 minutes before we actually turn it on, but I don't know if I can spare 30 minutes for this video. So quickly getting rid of the cover, or the front screen cover that they put. I believe there's an additional one usually. Yes, there is an additional screen protector on the device as well. Quickly looking at the physical aspects of the device, on the front over here is a 0.3 megapixel front facing camera along with a couple of sensors, light sensor, ambient sensor. You do have a earpiece over here just above the Sony logo. Below that you will see a 4-inch diagonal 960 by 540 pixel resolution display. It is a 16 million color display, it is a capacitive display, and we do have the same Xperia S style keys at the bottom. We do have this see-through plastic over here, and at the bottom is the same removable cover as we saw in the Xperia U. So that looks really nice. I don't know why you can remove it though. Seems of no consequence, but looks like you can change the covers in the bottom of this as well. So that's why it's there. On the right of the device, you will see you actually have screws on the sides of the device, but that's not relevant. You do have the main camera shutter button, the volume rocker button, the power lock and unlock button, and of course we have the speakerphone, which is over here. So nicely placed, everything on the side, everything else seems to be unibody construction, and we'll take a look at that in just a minute. Looking at the top of the device, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, and there's absolutely nothing else except this plasticky part which will possibly hold the antenna of the device. On the left hand side you will see a micro USB port for charging, data syncing, along with an HDMI port for it's actually a micro HDMI port for connecting to a HD television. We also have over here the SIM tray, and you can insert a micro SIM in here and get the device going. The other screw to open the back cover is over here, which you shouldn't touch if you're not interested in voiding your warranty. Looking at the back of the device, you will see the LED flash, the 8 megapixel camera, and the NFC sticker. You can quickly get rid of that by simply pulling it off. So once you pull it off, it's off, but it just indicates that the device has NFC. Over here what you see is the unibody aluminum shell. Really nice construction for the Xperia P. Over here you have the Sony, now the Sony mobile logo at the bottom, and you have the Xperia logo in the front and in the back of this bottom plasticky bit. So let's quickly go ahead and power on the device. Since the battery is already in there, the device is already powered on, and this is what the lock screen looks like. A standard Sony Timescape user interface. Over here are your media keys as well, so you can quickly swipe left or right for your media keys. Again, lock, unlock from the left, and mute, unmute from the right. One thing that I've just noticed in the Xperia P is that instead of having 3 buttons at the top of these plastic bits, what Sony has actually done is made this part pressure sensitive. So this is also a touch capacitive screen now, so I can actually press down on this and it's actually reacting. So that is absolutely brilliant. They have put pressure sensitive points in the bottom of the screen over here, and that makes the usage a lot better than what it was on the Xperia S. So quite happy with what Sony has done with that. So this is the standard Timescape user interface. You have 5 home screens. You can pinch them in to get into overview. The resolution of the screen looks really nice. Pull down from the top, you will see the notification panel, standard stuff. I'm going to quickly jump into settings over here, and let's see if I can find it. Settings over here, and go into about phone, go into Android version 2.3.7. but this will be upgraded to ICS really soon, as what has been promised by Sony Ericsson, actually Sony Mobile. You have the new style dialer over here, really nice, really crisp dial-up for the device. And I'm going to quickly jump into settings over here, connect to my Wi-Fi network, quickly load up iGAN.in over here, and see how that loads up on this device. Very impressed with the kind of video quality. The viewing angles are absolutely phenomenal on this display. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but I don't think there is any sort of visual display loss from any angle on this display. Absolutely stunning display from Sony. Very impressed with the display. We do have a mobile Bravia engine on it, and you can see the display is really crisp. You can see that the black is almost identical to the bezel of the device. No difference in the black levels. It's very impressive, very crisp display from Sony over here. I'm going to be reviewing this device in depth, and before I conclude this, I'm going to quickly show you the camera. This is an 8 megapixel camera. It is a very good camera for the device, and you do have a couple of scene modes, including the 3D sweep panorama that is really famous in Sony cameras or in Sony mobile phones. You do have flash settings over here, and you can pull in all settings from over here as well. So very nice camera app from Sony. You can quickly tap and take a picture. It's almost instant and pretty impressive. You can switch from scene mode to normal mode. You get a bunch of other settings, and you get a lot more settings over here, and you can turn on or off image stabilization as well, so which should improve the kind of pictures that you can take with this camera. We will be uploading a video sample and photo shots from this while we do the review, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or queries regarding this product, make sure that you leave them in the comment section below or on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, so that we can answer your questions in the review. The device feels really great in the hand, and the price is 25,000 rupees. In terms of specifications, this does have a 1305 mAh battery. It has 16 GB of inbuilt storage, 1 GB of RAM, an 8 megapixel camera, and it does do full HD video. In terms of the processor, it has a 1 GHz Cortex A9 processor with a Mali 400 GPU, so should be good in performance, should be really snappy, and we'll show you the performance, and we'll show you the full review really soon.